can't fight it, can't stop. And if they get caught, it's gonna be hell to pay. So baby, meet me down by the Roanoke River, where the cool dark water meets the full moonlight. If we can sneak away, maybe we could be together. Candle by stop love tonight. Didn't know they'd been followed down through the hollow till a hand grabbed her by the arm. Blood's thicker than water, but even his father ain't never gonna do her no harm. And whiskey on his breath, they were scared to death, and he was meaner than the devil himself. It was him or them, and you can call it a sin, but the Roanoke River won't tell. So baby, meet me down by the Roanoke River, where the cool dark water meets the full moonlight. If we can sneak away, maybe we could be together. Candle by stop love tonight. Can't nobody stop this love. 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 So baby, meet me down by the Roanoke River, where the cool dark water meets the full moonlight. If we can sneak away, maybe we could be together. Can't nobody stop love tonight. So baby, meet me down by the Roanoke River, where the cool dark water meets the full moonlight. If we can sneak away, maybe we could be together. Can't nobody stop love tonight.
Hey everybody, how's it going? I'm slowly upgrading how I start my live streams, trying to get it set up to where people give them time to show up and come in here. So as you come in, you can smash that like button, subscribe, leave comments, and so I'm just trying to get a little more professional here. Try to make the streams more exciting other than just seeing this. So good morning everybody, or good afternoon wherever you are. Here in a moment we will start covering a little bit of Bitcoin chart. So how are you doing today? Please tell me in the comments where you're from and how are you doing. Make sure I got the music turned off here. So most everybody knows we've launched a cryptocurrency, CRH, Cryptoholics. It started out as a fan token. It's evolving into a lot more. But besides the point, we're here to talk about Bitcoin. So give me a thumbs up. Tell me which way you think Bitcoin's going to go. You think it's going up and how far? What's your number? And if not, if you think it's going down, how low? Tell me what you think. So let's get to it here. Let's get to the charts. I'm going to make this a full screen here. There. That way you're not seeing there all the other garbage on here. So we are currently sitting at 20,881, about $10 difference in what you see on CoinBase, because this is the perpetual contract address amount, so it varies a little bit in price. But as we can see here, we have this up and down. It's been following in these gold lines. We've been talking about this. But what I want to bring to people's attention is this LSMA, how it dipped way down, came up, it curled, We crossed under. Now we're back on top of it. And being that we're on top for the daily, this is starting to curl down. Looks like it's going to come back down. If this was to pop up, I don't see it going much higher. Let me get my little money thing here. I don't see it going much higher than right there, 21,649. Because right here you see it went up and touched the wave there at 22,565. It fell back down, and then we're getting a pump back up. If we can get a pump back up and get rejected at 21,649, this will be the exact same thing that happened over here. This wave right here has came down just like this, curled up. We got a touch on the wave, came back down, and we're going back up for the second touch right here, and came crashing down. If you take a look over here, we have the exact same thing. We come down, we're curling up, it crossed over, came down, now we're back over through it, go up for the touch, and it should come back down. And that's where I'm expecting to come into the 16,300 area. So depending on the timeline and when it takes that second touch is where I'm looking for this to happen. But seeing what the RSI doing right here, looks like it started fixing to get rejected on the daily. Might make it to this goal line here, about 21,340 area. Depends on how hard it pumps up, but 21,649 is a number I would say watch for to get rejected at. That might be the highest. If it gets a real extreme huge pump, could we see it get up here and touch this center of this area at 23,480? If so, then the next daily candle I would expect to keep going up. But I'm looking to get rejected here like we did back last month. So that's on the daily. Let's go to the hourly. Go to the 3 hours. It's only 3 hours. I mean, it looks like we got a nice little run up for 3 hours. We're on 2 hours and 11 minutes left of it. Possibly could get up here to about 21,109. Hopefully we can get all the way up further. Like to see it get to 21,416 before it gets rejected on this moving average here. That moving average is the 300 moving average right here. So that blue line up here is a 300 moving average. So the 21,649 showing on the 3 hour chart is not looking too possible. Bring that over. I would expect it to get rejected more right here around 21,420, which would eliminate touching our little purple wave on the daily. Now the purple wave on the 3 hour is down below. We are riding on top of it. So for short term, I think we got room for a nice little pump here. Yeah, we're pulling up out of the MACD and the RSI are both on the upward trend here. So it looks like we should get a nice little run up into this area right here, which would put us around 21,308, 21,110 area. So let's go to the 1 hour, see what 1 hour is looking like. Same thing on the 1 hour. MACD and the stock's RSI both have crossed and going up. So looking at the moving averages, this is the 800, I believe, moving average. Let's go here and look at his. Yeah, gold is 800. So the 21,640 looks like it's in play between the 1 hour and the daily. So that's something we're going to keep an eye on. I usually don't look at Tether. I don't think Tether has a lot to say. I mean, I did look at the total market cap overall of money coming in and out of crypto total. But let me get over here and cover Ethereum. So we are getting a nice pump for Ethereum on the daily here. And then once we get done with Ethereum with this, we will go check out the Dow Jones and stuff. So yeah, Ethereum looks like it can get up to about 13,399 area right here. Look for it to get rejected in that area, and that's on the daily. That's where that comes together right there. Put that in red. Why are you not taking red? Oh, there we go. It'd help if I turned the density of it up. So you got a nice blue arrow, so we could get a nice run up here. But I'd look to get rejected at 13.99 for Ethereum. Go to the hourly on it. Yeah, hour showing the same thing. Nice little run up for it. Got a green dot running here on Market Cipher. Looks like you're going to get a little more pump out of that. I didn't check Market Cipher on the daily. Yep, green dot on Market Cipher on the daily. So got a nice signal there. So I look for a good run up. I wouldn't say good. I look for a decent run up here while Bitcoin runs up too. You were asking about, oh, go away. Hitting the wrong buttons. We were asking about the total right here. Total, we're currently at 923 billion. And it's pushing up. That's on the daily. Same thing. We could probably, if it doesn't get rejected to 948 billion, I think we could see it run up here. What is that, 1.1 trillion again? That's probably the good rejection point there. If not, right here. So there's 2 spots here. Got to get past 948 trillion or 948 billion to get to 1.01 trillion. So look for that rejection there, right here. S&P, what are you doing? Still hasn't filled this up here. Got that gap. It still needs to fill up. Dow Jones, same thing. Has not filled that gap up here. Both of them, you got a red dot on Market Cipher. This one's got a red dot on Market Cipher, but everything is curling back up. Looks like for Monday morning, we could close this up here and then turn around, get rejected, and come back down. Dow Jones. The dollar for JPY index is falling. So anytime the JPY and the DYX is falling and the S&P and Dow are rising, Bitcoin will rise up with the Dow and SPX. So the dollar looks like it could get rejected right about here. 107.824. If it pushes to there, the next spot to get rejected would be right here at the SMMA at 107.010. So it's holding fairly decent on the daily. It's got a nice big red dot here. If that's the case, if it continues all the way down, then I would expect it to come down into this area right here. It'd be 104. So those are a few things to keep an eye on. I just never used it. You ask why I don't? I just never used it, and I've never had a problem with being pretty close to my predictions. Everybody uses different avenues of what they do to call the charts. I've been charting Bitcoin for quite a long time, and I can show you. I can go back here on my charting on Bitcoin. I called this short up here at 39,995, and I actually took a short on it way back here. $39,995, and I made a little over 1,000% gain on Bitcoin drop right here on that call. So this coming down, going sideways, following here, I've called that, going sideways, and we're fixing to drop again. I got Bitcoin showing getting down to between 13,773 and 10,300 before we come back up and start our bull market. We'll start our bull market back over here. Should be around October. That's on the hourly. Where's my daily? That'll show better on my daily. Charts are up, getting now. Do not want to move. And this trend line here goes all the way back up to the top of the beginning of where everything come down. So until we break this line right here, we're not going back into a bull market, and we got to go past it, come back and retest it and bounce off of it. So this is around September 30th, as low as October 27th. So, I mean, I hear a lot of people say a lot of things about other YouTubers making different calls. That's great. You know, a lot of people think this 17,600 is the bottom, that we should be going back up from here. I don't see it. So if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I'll take the heat on it. But so far I've called a lot of these. There's that white trend line from the top up here I was telling you about. There's a touch there. And as it continues down, this is where it comes down to. We've got to break that white trend line. And we have not broke it yet. We've touched it once. So, you know, we got here, here. Started to come back up here. Didn't touch it. So that's just the line I have that needs to be broken before I will call it a bear market or a bull market, excuse me. 8,000 to 6,000 could play, but that's very low amount of liquidity for the market maker to come after. I did have an area here I called that was all colored in. I removed it. This is what's remaining that has not been taken out of liquidity. So this is still in play to come back and get down here to the 14.4 and the 13,773 that I've called. There's a lot of liquidity right there in that red and this light brown. Right now we're just everybody's calling it to go back up and run. And like I said, I think it gets rejected at 21,649. Possibly this weekend, if not Monday, it's going to come back up and touch the bottom of this purple line here, which would be around this area here. You can see as it curling through. So there's Monday. Or no, that's tomorrow. That's Sunday. So any questions? Anybody got anything else they want to look at? What are your guys' predictions? Do you think I'm way off and I'm crazy? Do you think I'm somewhat close? I'd like to hear from your side of what you think. So I will turn some music on here. Turn that down just a little bit. Coin? What coin you talking about, mummy? Sorry, I keep looking over because my monitor is over here to my right. I got quite a few monitors here, so all my chat shows up over here to the right. Thank you, I appreciate it, Husky. Yeah, the stream, I try to keep it up 24/7. I was currently trying to work on getting more multiple streams up, but instead I launched a cryptocurrency coin and put a lot of money into that. So as a YouTube channel, we also have a cryptocurrency coin, and that's CRH Cryptoholics Token. There is a website at Cryptoholicstoken.com. It has all the information on there how to buy it. I need to do a video on how the rewards work on that, because there is a 7% rewards, and it rewards out in astrospaces.io token, and if you hold those tokens, they also reward out in BNB. So it's a win-win situation for holding long term. And there's more to come. It's more than just a fan token. It started out as a fan token, and it's turned into much more. Scooby-Doo. I don't watch Scooby-Doo, Mummy. I haven't watched Scooby-Doo probably since the 70s, brother. Oh, he runs around screaming coin, coin, coin. Yeah, I'm just an old guy doing church here, trying to keep a channel going. Okay, he's chasing a special ancient Egyptian coin. I hope the music's turned down low enough. Maybe I just turn it back off. But yeah, I mean, I can pull up the charts for the for CRH if you'd like. That's up to you guys. But this is CRH right here. This right here, the last purchase was 5 days ago. It's slowly growing. It's not moving real fast. There's $2,034 or $2,349 in liquidity. Market cap's 64. We did top out with a $10,000 market cap up here, and somebody took some profits, which that's fine. They do. I don't know why. It's not knocked out the other 3 zeros yet. We got 42 holders. Current price is 0.0002869. So CRH, Cryptoholics Token, is holding very well. I mean, it's not pumping and dumping like the market right now, but it is backed by BNB because it's on the Binance or the BSC chain, which is Binance. So you can buy it through PancakeSwap. I do have it on the website. So I'm not going to cover that a whole lot. Well, some people say I shill it too much. I'm pushing it too hard on the channel. I talk too much about it and this and that. And it's like, nobody knows we have it unless you don't put it out there. But yeah, I try not to just talk about just a coin, because there's a lot other coins in the market other than just what I just created. I don't think Bitcoin's actually ignored TA even through Krona. I followed it through that. I mean, I don't see it. I mean, a lot of people, there was a lot of extra fear during Corona, and it did take a huge dip that people weren't expecting. But, when was that? Was that last year? right up and through here. Unexpected dip right through here. And we recovered back up. So yeah, if the big scare here didn't happen, we probably would have continued on up higher into the 80, 90,000 range, then dropped. But that did hinder the growth of Bitcoin at the time, and it recovered, came back up. So you had a nice line coverage going back up here. I mean, I can draw that line real quick here. Put that in light blue. Make it smaller. Man, that's going to be kind of a trend line to follow later on. Once we get further out, once we blow through this here and work our way up, these are going to be lines that need to be broken. But I think once we start back in our bull market, and this breaks this line right here, and we start up, I believe I do have a mark up here somewhere around $100 and something thousand. Or did I remove that mark? But I think we get somewhere around 105, 110,000 once we break up. I haven't charted it all the way back up yet. But as you can see, this is a mess. This is just a total mess when you close it together like this. So it has to be really spread open. But I'm not removing my marks, because then if you start telling people you called certain times and they go, oh, bull, BS. So I don't remove a lot of my marks. Like this right here and this over here, these were called. And whether they're off a few dollars or not, like this one here was off, hit 21,043. About right? Yeah, 21,000. Oh, 20,185, and I called it to 20,302. About $120 off. Yeah, like the top here, it went a little over it. So I don't change my marks. Once I put them down there, I try to leave them. Now some of these, like if it doesn't hit up here, it comes up, hits here and gets rejected, then I'll remove this and slide it down or whatever. 22,565 was my mark I called on that one there. And it actually ran to 22,591. That was about $30 difference there. So no, Myron, I do not think the next 2 years is going to be all sideways. I think last part of September to mid part October, we go into a bull run and start working our way back up. So, I mean, we're going to do our little deal on the way back up. But right now, we're doing our little deal and then dropping down. And that's going to be until September, October. I still think we need to come down and at least touch 13,773, if not lower. And then once we hit that, then we'll see our sideways again, working through here, working our way, work our way up, fight back down, go sideways, break up, go sideways. Then we'll do our breakout into this area here. And the reason I have 4 different numbers is because if this dips down lower to 12,000 to 10,000, runs this sideways and comes up, then runs sideways, then it could break out through the lower side here. So, and if this comes way down here to 8,000, 6,000, then pops back up and goes sideways, then we're looking way down here at 14,000 across this line. But I don't think this is going to happen. The possibility is there. I never rule it out. But I think between 10,313 is going to be the lowest we're going to see it. And based off these 3 numbers right here is what gives me these 4 numbers here of where we're crossing back out. So if you can kind of see the pendulum here going sideways and working our way back out, that's the reason I have it the way I do. Because you can see how, same thing here. I mean, if I do a measure move here, from when we drop down here to this next candle here until we took our next big drop down, that was 30 days. We do it again over here. Oh, let me do this. move this up here and open it up a little more for you so you can see. Came down here. That's our first drop there, and we are currently at 31 days. So this is 31 days, that's 30 days. You can go up here and do the same measure move. By the time we drop, till the time we start to drop again, that was 29 days. So this was 29 days. This was, I believe, what I say, 30 days? 30 days. And right now we're on 30 days here, which could extend to 31, 32 days. So there's 31 days right now. There's 32, which is tomorrow. 33 is this blue line I got marked right here. So there's 2 months of, going sideways and, a few days of dropping. It don't take long to drop. I mean, because once it starts dropping, there's 1, 2, 3, 4 day drop there. There was a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 day, a whole week right there dumping before it went sideways again. Here, this is kind of slow. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's a 1 week dump right there. So it looks like it only takes about a week to get a full dump in. So if we start out somewhere in here, a week from the 17th or 18th puts us into the 21st to the, part of August. 21st, 22nd area. And the longer it extends out, the farther it extends to going into the first part of August. So that almost plays into the dump right coming down in here, because this right here is the 1st of August. If we come down here and hit between 16 and 15, July 28th to the 27th area, yeah, we could run sideways for another 20 something days and drop more, or we could just get a big spike down and pull back up. So till we start the big decline again, I ain't gonna be able to exactly pinpoint when it's going to come back out or where it's going to keep going. Let me get caught up on chat here. I wish I could moon it. I don't have enough money to make it moon. No, it's just a problem, Husky. I don't see it going up to 29,000 and coming back down. Because if we were to shoot up, I mean, like right now, where we're at, if it was to shoot up 30,000 right there, we got this right here working its way down. I would project right about here. So if this is working its way down, that's 27,000. So if, that red line, what is that? That's the 100 moving hour average. I mean, we break that and then bounce off that and push up and get past this line, then we're back into the bull market. So I don't see pushing up to 29,000, because once you do, you're getting right on the edge here to break through, retest it, and continue moving. And then we're in a full swing bull market, which would be fine. That would be great for the market, for the upturn for everybody. But with the economy, the way it's going, the Fed's coming out with another rate hike, and the way the economy is moving, I see Bitcoin trending down more. So I don't see this getting any relief until, we get down here low enough. And what's going to happen, we're going to get down here low enough, and you're going to start seeing large investors, large other countries, other people start really hammering into it and buying it. And then once that happens, then you'll see the pullback happening. This, once we get down here in this area, the $13,000 to $10,000 range, your large corporations are going to really dive in heavy again, including probably Tesla, SpaceX, all those other companies that have been buying it will accumulate more of it. So, and they see it. I mean, that's the reason you're not seeing a lot of them pile in and buy it. They're holding what they have but they're not accumulating more because they see where the market's headed. They see how the economy is going. So they're going to want this as cheap as they can get it. They might be, once it gets down below the 17,000 mark, they'll start accumulating a little here and there. But when you start seeing the 100 million and the $1 billion buys, you won't see that until we get down here to the bottom again. So those are just my opinions on how I feel how this market is going. I've been around a little while. As you can tell, I'm not the youngest person doing streaming on this. I'm probably one of the oldest crypto streamers out here, but I've been charting for a long time. I've been charting before there was computers. I used to play at the .com era. But we'll open this back up for any other comments, any other discussions you want to cover here. I love it, discuss things and share opinions. It's not just one-sided me. I'd like to, we just covered ETH a minute ago, CryptoBase. I had it up on this chart here. Is it that one? That's classic Ethereum. There it is. Yeah, I just charted it and said I think it would pop up here and get rejected. And look at that, it already has. Oh, 13,999. It went up there and tested. Oh, it actually hit this blue line up here and got rejected. What's that blue line here? Yeah, it feeds back over here. Found that other liquidity area. I had these two blue lines marked for liquidity. So nice, nice. Nice little pop up there. And we just talked about it earlier, and I marked that number. And I said I don't think it's going to run past 13,999.33 before it gets rejected. And 14.24.17 is a rejection point. So yeah, I was off about 25 bucks there. But it's not done yet. This is still the daily candle. The daily's got a nice diamond on here. I mean, this almost acts like it wants to blow all the way up higher. And don't get me wrong, this Ethereum with the blue diamond and a green dot could actually, if it breaks this and comes down and retests this, because we're still on the daily for another 6 hours, it very well could try to run to 1700 on its own without Bitcoin. That would be sweet to see it run without Bitcoin. And it does it occasionally. That's a cool thing about Ethereum. Every once in a while, it'll just say, I don't care about Bitcoin and we're going to pump without it. So if it does break this and it comes back and retest it, the body part, and continue up, the next stop would be 1702 to 1805. That's marked that. There's 1805. 1702. And that's not that dex. I don't think that's. I'm just going to leave that open color. That would definitely be a rejection there. So, but I think we're already at the top. Could be working our way back down. But like I said, Ethereum has it about once every 2 months. Ethereum will get a huge pump without Bitcoin. So it's really cool. I would call it a great call. I mean, it's right here. It's drawn in line. I mean, this is my SR line. SR lines, is pretty cool little indicator. This right here, the white, that's a 50 moving average. This yellow up here is the 100 moving average. I mean, I'm not making the calls. I'm just going by what the indicators are showing me and pointing them out and marking them. The coin does what a coin does. So indicators just try to get as close as we can. We're eliminating the process of elimination of guessing is what we're doing with all these indicators. And this blue line is the LSMA, and you can see where it came down and bounced right off the LSMA, shot up above all these EMAs here. So once you get above the LSMA, and there's another little purple line, it's called the SMMA right here. So I'll show you these here. There's a SMMA 7 close. Then you got the LSMA 25.0 and close. These two indicators, when they cross like this, and when the candle crosses over, comes back and retest, you know, it retested it here on the purple line, which is the the SMMA. And it came back here and retested the LSMA. That is perfect signaling for a takeoff. Then once you get past your last EMA right here, this whole ribbon, it's liftoff. I mean, there's no doubt about it. But every time it does, you have your SR level here and the 50 moving average coming right to the SR level. It's got to break this. It has to break the SR and the 50 moving average. It has to go past it, come back and retest it. Then maybe if it does, tomorrow or late, tonight around another 6 hours, when the new daily candle comes out, it can break up and go higher. But if this can't get above the 50 and the SR level here by the end of the day closing, it's not going to go any higher. It's going to turn around and start falling, and it'll follow Bitcoin on the way down. So the biggest thing is to keep an eye on the $1,400 mark on Ethereum. And the daily, well, here it shows a daily candle closes in 7 hours and 36 minutes. So what's that? 6? Yeah, it's roughly 7 o'clock my time. I thought it was 5 o'clock. So the daily candle got 7.5 hours left. So it has to get if it closes in 7.5 hours above 1,400, then look for it to continue up. If not, it's coming back down. But all in all, when Bitcoin comes down to hit 13,000, I'm looking for a $775 Ethereum. If we drop below 13,000, you can see an Ethereum at 690. And if Bitcoin crashes even lower, below the 13,000, we could see a $457 Ethereum before the bull market starts up. So those are things to keep an eye on. So I have Ethereum marked out the same way I have Bitcoin marked out. And this is all liquidity. I mean, you look at all this, you go back to the last area here. Let me open this up a little bit wider so you can see the big green candles over here. These big green candles is all liquidity right here that never got, this red candle here came back down, took out part of it. So if I was to draw an extended line from this red candle here, there we go. I think that's where Ethereum came down and hit 905.91. Let's go check. That looks about right. So reality, the liquidity that's left is below that to the bottom of this here. Let's see, we came down and hit 876. So we went a little below that. So we took out a little more liquidity right here. So the rest of the liquidity that's left in Ethereum for the market maker to come after is below the 876 down to 690. This right here is just fallout area, but this is actually liquidity that the market maker will come after and try to eat up. They're already here. Why not come and get it? You know what I'm saying? So that's where you get this haze, this little brown haze I got. It's supposed to be red background, but for some reason it's kind of a brownish color. So yeah, Ethereum, cool. Be nice to watch it, sit here and watch it for a while, see if it's going to break up here. But yeah, it's funny how it stops on these lines. It went to this blue line, came back to here, almost like I just drew my own Fibonacci, but I didn't. These are just lines I have drawn off from the last dip, last big dip earlier in the year. Well, that's a nice little $58 profit. Nicer, mummy. Yes, Husky. Luna C has to still run those projects on the network. It's going to take them some time to get all that stuff moved over. It's just not all the networks that built on the old Luna, which is now Luna Classic, cannot just up and leave and go, because it totally changes their whole algorithm, their whole network. They just can't switch it. What they're going to have to do is their developers are going to have to rebuild on the new Luna network, and then they're going to have to bridge it, and then try to slowly through the years infiltrate over. They have to keep Luna Classic alive. A Luna Classic is not going nowhere. It's going to stick around for a few years, and they have to keep it alive for developers in order to bridge across. Because if they were to kill Luna Classic, they would kill a lot of projects. Their coins would just stop, and they don't want to do that. They're not going to kill their investors. So Luna Classic's going to be around for quite some time. So don't expect to lose that or that go anywhere. So, but other than that, I mean, it's nice to. Oh, did we get a little movement here? No. Yeah, we did. The price is going up. Nobody's bought in a while, so evidently BNB must be moving up. So, nice little rise in the price. Cool to see that. Yeah, we bumped up from 0.0028 to 0.0029. Nice to see a little increase in price. I'd like to see this increase to about 100 holders, but we'll get there. Just a matter of time, part of developing. Like I said, I still got to do videos covering it. See, Bitcoin got a nice run above that gold line here. And we've been trending right through this gold area I marked out. We bounced out, went through it, came back out of it here, down through it here, peaked out here. But man, for the most part, it's been testing this gold line and running it pretty close. This little gold area I'd marked out. I mean, I wish I'd have been more accurate, had some more higher tops and more lower bottoms, but it was a good area to show of liquidity that this was going to run through. Bitcoin's over 21,000. Yes, it is. Like I said, 21,649, I think it gets rejected at. So keep an eye on that. If it blows past 21,649, the next level point of rejection is 23,480. But that's as high as I see it getting before getting rejected. But I'm looking for the rejection at 21,649. Maybe peek into it a little bit, maybe up to 21.8 into this yellow line here. But into that purple cloud, get rejected, then we're on our way back down. Like I said, mommy, same thing happened back here. I know I'm repeating myself, but same thing happened here. We ran sideways, came up here, tested this purple cloud at this peak right here, got rejected, came back up, retested it here, and that was when the big decline started. So here it actually tested it twice. It went into the purple cloud here, came back down over here, dropped, came back up, and then boom, got the big doji hammer for the big 1 week dive. And that's the exact same, you see this come down, curl up. We got the same thing here. It came down, it curled up, it's crossed under, it's back on top, push back up here, retest this. Probably 17th or 18th. Once it hits that purple cloud again, get rejected, we're going to see a 1 week drop, possibly. That's what I'm looking for, is a 1 week drop. So if you're shorting it and stuff, I'm not saying that's the time to do it, but that just gives you an area to start looking at, is between 21,649 and 21,8. Can't get that right on there. 845. So about $200 range between 21,650 and 21,850. about a $200 range right here. This thing getting rejected, then going in for a nice long short. Yep. Yeah, I heard somebody mention that the other day, Hustling, and cool. You're from the Netherlands. I heard that the other day that the euro and the USD are pretty much the same price almost. There's not much of a conversion rate between the two. And there used to be a big gap. I think it was like 1.2 euros to a dollar. So I think the euro was worth more than a dollar for the longest time. So yeah, inflation's hurting everybody. Evidently, it's hurting you guys over there more than it is us here yet. But it's coming. The dollar is coming to get inflated more or deflated more. So personally, I think the worse the economy gets, the more inflation gets worse. I think you'll start seeing more and more people turning to crypto and DeFi because people aren't going to be able to afford a high mortgage rate, and they're going to find more trust in Bitcoin. Currently, Bitcoin and DeFi and everything is following the stock market and following the dollar and JPY and the euro and stuff like that. But there's going to be a point in time to where people are going to lose faith in fiat, and you will see Bitcoin and all other aspects of digital currency take a life of its own away from the market again, like it was before. And then you'll start seeing stuff like the stock market getting digitalized into the blockchain and moving away from the fiat system. So it's just a matter of time. And I see the future of it happening. DeFi, back in the day before DeFi, when it was just cryptocurrency, banks weren't scared. Banks were like, oh, it's just Bitcoin. Who cares? It's a store of value. It's just like gold. When DeFi came out and created decentralized finance, then the bankers got scared. They woke up. They opened their eyes up like, oh, what's going on here? And that's why they're trying to regulate DeFi, because the banking systems are scared of it. Because if DeFi takes over the banking systems, and then there won't be no inflation in interest rates. Our governments don't have no control over interest rates. DeFi controls it. And so we're slowly moving there. And that's just my opinion on how things go. But congratulations. I love to hear that you've been watching my channel and you've been hanging out here and you're from the Netherlands. That's awesome, brother. I appreciate it. I appreciate each and every person who supports this channel. I'm trying to get to where I do more reviews and more lives. As you can see in my background, a bunch of junk back there. I need to get my whole area spun around. That way I can get my green screen up on the wall that's behind me. I just need to redo my whole studio, and it's going to take a while. And I don't want to disconnect from my computers right now and do that because I'm in the middle of working on this cryptocurrency project that started out as just a fan token. So there's a lot going on with that. I'm still writing on the white paper. I'm still trying to figure out how to do my roadmap. So one step at a time, and we will get there. Just don't lose faith in me. Yeah, that would be insane. Yeah, 100 grand lira is down to 10 grand now. Well, hustling, kind of give you my situation. I'm on disability right now from work because I got injured back in October, which has enabled me to be around 24/7, 7 days a week. But I got a neck injury, and a few days ago I went in. They tried to do a nerve block, and literally for 2 days I could not lift my head up. I was holding my head up like this. I'd go sit down in my lounge chair and put a big pillow behind my head, and I had to hold my head this lean back. And I'm still really sore. This whole right side is just killing me. So to be able to pick up and move things around, I'm not capable of picking things up over about 50, 60 pounds. It just kills my neck. And it's hard to find free help these days. So, as you all know, I'm going to have to hire somebody to come help me move my yard around, or move my room around. Doing good, Joe. I ain't seen you in a while, man. Good to see you here. We're doing very well. Let me pop this back up here. Check this out. That's our new coin. That is Cryptoholicstoken. Did it not come up? There it is. I had that designed, and now I'm getting people to give me quotes on having this actually minted, the size of a 50-cent piece, the weight of a real coin. Right now they do it all in gold with maybe that little dark outside covering. They don't know if they can do the green and blue for the diamond. I want one side painted like this and the other side to be solid gold. It'll be the same emblem on both front and back. I don't have a back side created, but I'm actually looking at getting 100 of these minted, and it would be cool. But that is CR8's token, and it's actually a live currency on the Binance chain. Well, she said when they mint them, they come in the little plastic cases automatically. They can't number them. The only way I could number them is maybe have a printed card and have the cards numbered, and do it that way. No, YouTube don't allow you guys to drop links in chat. The only way you'll be able to do that, Husky, is go to my website. At the bottom of my website's my email address, which is cryptoholicstoken@gmail.com. And you can drop me the link there and I can check it out there. But I appreciate it. Yeah. I asked the doctor there, Dave, I said, when I come in, can you just take a chainsaw and cut my neck off? But yeah, we're getting there. We are definitely getting there. Trying to get myself feeling better, but going to do so much. I got, just so I got 3 compressed vertebrae or discs in my vertebrae. C5, 6, and 7. So, but I do appreciate you trying to send me a YouTube link. But yeah, please send that to my email. I appreciate it. That'd be awesome, brother. I definitely will check it out, watch it. I do. I spent the last 2 days learning how to do some in-depth HTML for my website. So I've been watching some training courses on how to create iframes in HTML so I can make certain things in my website look better. But yeah, you can send it through my Gmail. That'd be awesome, brother. I appreciate it. So I do have the redirect set up for you guys. So other than that, I appreciate each and every one of you that came and hung out with me here. You guys have a wonderful rest of your weekend.